Coming up, we talk high school football. We talk college football reports out of fall camp. We'll talk with Thomas Ashworth of the Anniston Star, all coming up on Southern Sports Now. Welcome in on this Thursday. It is August the 17th, 2023. I'm Chase Robinson. Glad you are along with us today. And so we got a lot of football to talk about. We're also hit on some Braves baseball later on in the show as well as they wrap up their series with the Mets and the Yankees, absolutely dominating in New York. We'll talk about that later on. But we got a lot of football to dive into. So let's start, as we always do, with our countdowns to football season. We'll start with our countdown to college football. And it's here pretty much, as we are 9 days away from the college football season. 9 days away. We're in the single digits until college football. Like we've been saying, I mean, we've been counting this thing down from the very beginning since June 1st. I think we were at 80-something days to start with. Now we are 9 days away from August the 26th. That is week 0 of the college football season. Several games happening that day, including Jacksonville State's FBS and Conference USA opener with UTEP. And so we are 9 days away from the college football season. Our countdown to high school football, we are exactly a week away from the high school football season, 7 days away from high school football. August the 24th will be week 0 of the high school football season. So we are looking forward to high school football. 1 week away from the season officially beginning there for the high school guys. And I know we got some jamboree games tonight and tomorrow night. So let's, if you're looking for some high school football to go watch, you got some jamboree games coming your way. Oxford traveling up to Fort Payne tonight for a jamboree game there with the Wildcats. And so our first look at Sam Adams and the Oxford Yellow Jackets for the 2023 team tonight as they are up at Fort Payne. Also tonight, Coosa Christian hosting a jamboree games. They are welcoming Handley and Pell City into Coosa Christian. So first up, you'll see Coosa Christian take on Handley. You'll see Pell City take on Handley, and then Coosa Christian and Pell City. All those games will be 2 quarters each, and again, all of those games taking place at Coosa Christian. Friday, tomorrow, you'll see several teams playing at Ohatchee High School. So you'll have Ohatchee Sandrock to start the night. That begins at 5:30. Then you'll have White Plains and Sandrock. White Plains taking on Spring Garden. You'll have Westbrook Christian versus Spring Garden. Westbrook Christian versus Ranburn. And then Ohatchee versus Ranburn. And again, all those will be 2 quarters as well. And all there on the creek bank at Ohatchee. So those are some jamboree games happening today and tomorrow to get your high school football fix. Go check these games out and these teams as we get ready for the 2023 season. And again, how it works is based on whether you had spring practice or not, lets you know whether you can have a jamboree or not. If you had a spring jamboree, you can't have a fall jamboree. So these teams that are playing here in the fall, they didn't have a spring jamboree back in May. So that's how the rules work there for high school football. We're getting so close to kicking off some high school football. Some news out of Auburn today. Reports are that Auburn is expected to name Peyton Thorne as the starting quarterback for their Week 1 game against UMass. Justin Hokanson of On3 covers the Auburn Tigers, reported that this morning. The announcement could come this afternoon, but the reports are that Peyton Thorne will indeed be the starting quarterback there for the Auburn Tigers. Obviously coaches want to put the quarterback in who's going to give the team the best chance to win the game, and I do think that is Peyton Thorne. So we'll see what he can do for the Auburn Tigers. But that report coming out today. We'll jump to a break, and when we come back, we'll talk with Thomas Ashworth of the Anniston Star. Stick around. We got more Southern Sports Now in a moment.
Here at Ted's, we are excited to now be offering custom-made cabinets. With that in mind, we're changing our name to Ted's Floors and Beyond. The Beyond is going to encompass everything that we offer in addition to all of your flooring needs.
We've partnered with Welberg Cabinet Company, who makes the highest quality cabinets in the industry.
So when you're ready for a complete kitchen or bathroom remodel, shop Ted's.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
East Alabama Now Local News has been bringing you the best local news coverage for 6 months. And now we're growing.
EAN News will be available to you 5 nights a week with new faces, new content, and coverage that is second to none.
We'll be bringing you the weather that matters to your neighborhood and to you. Rain or shine, you'll be in the know.
Sports always brings communities together, and EAN Sports will have coverage of all of our area events.
East Alabama Now, local news, new faces, same great coverage. Starting 5 days a week, May 1st. EAN Local News, your news on your schedule.
I'm doing good. How are you doing? It just seems like a lot of the teams are going to be really good. As far as there's just a really high ceiling for a lot of teams. I feel like some of the notable ones I think are Anniston, Jacksonville, and Oxford. I think that those 3 teams will really be able to put on a solid performance, and Piedmont as well. You could throw them in there. And then there's some other teams in the mix, like, Sax is going to be, I think, a dark horse team as well. But this just seems like there's a lot of teams this season that could play a really exciting brand of football. Well, I mean, I think that Oxford will probably have one of the best offenses in the area. I mean, obviously, when you have a guy like Mason Mims that is not just has high football IQ, but he's been working on putting weight on and getting faster. Sam Adams told me that he was up at 5:30 one morning working with Oxford's track coach. Like, that's dedication, because I don't want to get up at 5:30 in the morning. But, I mean, they're returning Jaden Thomas. He was out last season with a broken ankle. He's gotten an offer from Stetson. He's a really good piece. And then when you add a guy like Kamari Hampton to a solid, receiver room that already includes Jed Sire and Nick Richardson, I mean, I think that that's really going to give a lot of problems to opposing defenses this season. Yeah, I mean, still, like you said, it's hard to replace Jack Hayes. Almost impossible, but Cole Wilson's the guy to do it. I mean, he looked really solid in 7-on-7s this summer. And granted, they were graduating a lot. I think that it was 9 all-state players or honorable mention players that they were graduating. or 7 or 9. I don't remember. But I mean, when they still have really solid receivers. Ish Bethel and Raleigh Pinto are still in there, so it could be exciting. I mean, there's still a lot of talent that's returning, and it's as impossible as it is to replace a guy like Jack Hayes. I mean, Cole Wilson's the guy to do it, and I love left-handed. Sorry, and I love left-handed quarterbacks. So I mean, I'm excited personally. I mean, Chapel Pope's kind of the guy that's going to play quarterback. It looks like it seems like at every position there's just a few guys who are going to play that position, and that's 1A football. But I think that they're dressing 34 this season is what Ragsdale told me. That's pretty good for a 1A football team. But I think that they'll be just fine. I mean, Bear Ragsdale's a smart coach. Spring Garden has a reputation of having a pretty solid defense, and they only have 2 seniors this season. And still, I mean, there's a lot of talent kind of waiting in the wings, and there's still a lot of guys. But Bear Ragsdale's really excited about this team. He says that, they're from day one they were determined. So with those 2 senior leaders that they have, I think that they'll, put on a pretty solid performance as they have in the past. And not only do you have Ogle coming back, you have Kedrick Fisher coming back, one of the most exciting athletes in Calhoun County. I mean, these guys have been playing together for so long, and it's really, I think that it's one of the most exciting, quarterback receiver duos in the area, and it's probably the best. I mean, these guys really showed out in 7-on-7s. They're a big reason why Jacksonville had such a great summer. So they've been playing together for a long time. So I think that that's really a big X factor for Jacksonville this season. I mean, if you saw the first day of practice, I think you were there for the very first day. Logan Smothers, like the guy that was like, he was like, wow, this is really impressive. But kind of, he's had good moments, he's had bad moments, and it's just kind of been like this. But Zion Webb has just steadily improved. And granted, Zion Webb might be one of the least exciting quarterbacks as far as making plays and dazzling audience, but still he gets the job done. And you've seen that in spring and fall. Well, that he's going to get the job done. He just hasn't made all the miscues like some of the other quarterbacks has. But I mean, he's a guy that obviously when you've been there for 400 years playing Jacksonville State football, you're going to know the system pretty well. I mean, the easy answer would be the running backs. For Rich Rodriguez, he likes to use probably like 10 running backs a season. But still, I mean, when Anwar Lewis went down, he's been out, but he's kind of getting mixed in. But Ron Wiggins had a phenomenal fall. I mean, he really stood out as kind of a guy that he was waiting for his chance last season. We kind of saw him take some steps into a new role in the last couple of games of the season, but now he looks like he could honestly be the running back one. And then you have Malik Jackson, Jaywan Evans, they're kind of mixed in there as well, but I mean, that's the easy answer, but I really like the receivers as well. They have a really solid group returning, and Mike Petway and Sterling Galvin. Perry Carter's coming back, and they got a couple of transfers in Quentin Lane and Gerard Bowie. But still, I mean, there's a Rich Rod offense is going to be exciting to watch either way. But still, I mean, those two groups are really going to be exciting, I think, this season. Yes, sir. Always have a good time. Appreciate it.
Here at Ted's, we are excited to now be offering custom-made cabinets. With that in mind, we're changing our name to Ted's Floors and Beyond. The Beyond is going to encompass everything that we offer in addition to all of your flooring needs.
We've partnered with Welberg Cabinet Company, who makes the highest quality cabinets in the industry.
So when you're ready for a complete kitchen or bathroom remodel, shop Ted's.
EAN Sports is proud to bring you the best, most informative local sports content, and we want your help to be able to do that. If you have a story idea, a tip for our sportscast, or even a highlight clip you want to see on EAN Local Sports, send us an email, eansports23@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter @EAN_sports, or you can send it to the EAN News Facebook page. EAN Sports, bringing you the local sports happening in your community.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today.
If you see some interesting weather phenomenon in your backyard here in East Alabama, send that to us. We would love to hear from you. Send that to us at the email address you see on your screen or through Facebook at EAN News.
Back here on Southern Sports Now, as we continue talking high school football, as we continue with another team preview here on Southern Sports Now, as we preview the White Plains Wildcats. And Blake Jennings heading into year number 1 as the head coach of the Wildcats. He spent the last 12 seasons as an assistant at Ohatchee. Last 9 seasons has been the defensive coordinator for the Ohatchee Indians, but he's taken on his first head coaching job, and he talked to us a little bit at Calhoun County Media Day just about the fact of what he's learned this summer. They've had a chance to compete in 7-on-7s, OTAs, and so he talks about kind of what he's seen from his guys this summer.
We got better every day. That's what we learned, because we went to FCA. We've done a couple other 7-on-7s and OTA, and it just felt like we got a little bit better each time, that we went out on the field. And that's all you can ask out of a coach. And with these kids, get better every day, trying to understand what we're trying to do as a staff and the things we're trying to put in and the things we're trying to instill the kids, and they're getting there.
Anytime a new head coach takes over, it takes time to kind of build the program for the guys to learn you, for you to learn the guys. And he talks about just the relationship aspect of it and how important that has been as he has stepped in to take over the role there at White Plains.
Getting to know those kids, that's one of the biggest things is relationships, and we all know that, and teaching and coaching and everything else. You got to build the relationships with them, get to know who they are more than just an athlete, and show them you care about them a little bit more, and, you just take off that way.
The Wildcats will start off the season against Ranburn, and when you look at this team for White Plains this year as they get ready for that opener next week, there's only 2 seniors on the roster. It's rare you see that in Class 4A, but that's the case for White Plains this year. So for Coach Blake Jennings, he's going to have to see a lot of guys, these younger players, step up and help lead this team this year.
Dylan Barksdale and Dalton Luker. Dylan's going to play quarterback for us and some free safety, and then Dalton will play some, he'll play some guard and linebacker for us. And we've got some other guys that are stepping up. We've only got 2 seniors on this football team,
wow.
and Dylan's the only one that's played. The other one has never played, and we're glad Cooper came out. Teeny, big kid, he's probably going to play some tight end for us. But that's the thing. We've got 2 seniors, and so you've got some young guys who are having to step into roles already that, at the end of the day, they probably shouldn't have to, but they're going to have to.
And here's a look at the White Plains Wildcats schedule. Mentioned they start off the season next Friday in a game at Ranburne to get the season started week 0. They will travel to Oak Grove on September the 1st. They were open there on the 8th, so their first home game will be against Hanley, and that will be their first region game as well. So they'll open up region play on September the 15th at home versus Hanley. They'll travel to Lott Mosby Memorial Stadium at Anniston to take on the Bulldogs the 22nd. 29th, they will host Hoax Bluff in a non-region game. They'll get back into region play to start October against Talladega. They will travel to Cleburne County for a region game on October the 13th. On October 20th, they will host the Munford Lions. On the 27th, they will travel to Jacksonville to wrap up region play, and then they will have a non-region game at home to start the month of November for Week 10 against Westbrook Christian. So they're non-region at Ranburne, at Oak Grove, at home against Hoax Bluff, and at home against Westbrook Christian. So tough non-region there for the Wildcats, and of course their region is brutal in Hanley, Anniston, Talladega, Cleburne County, Munford, and Jacksonville. So tough region and non-region there for the White Plains Wildcats. But that is our team preview for today, the White Plains Wildcats. We'll jump to a break here, come back, talk a little Braves baseball as we wrap up this Thursday show next.
Here at Ted's, we are excited to now be offering custom-made cabinets. With that in mind, we're changing our name to Ted's Floors and Beyond. The Beyond is going to encompass everything that we offer in addition to all of your flooring needs.
We've partnered with Welberg Cabinet Company, who makes the highest quality cabinets in the industry.
So when you're ready for a complete kitchen or bathroom remodel, shop Ted's.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brodney Sneed from both CARES and Direct Primary Care. Direct Primary Care is an exciting new model of medical care growing on both the East and West Coast. It's been recommended by Forbes and the American Academy of Family Physicians and others for individuals or small businesses with or without health insurance. The pure simplicity of a membership model streamlines the burden of medical care. It eliminates 60% of the overhead. That streamlining allows providers time to focus on patients with free, no copay, no deductible, unhurried office visits or telehealth visits with minimal waiting room time. It produces same or next day appointments and access by text or telephone during and after hours. That saves you from leaving work, wasting time and getting exposed in a waiting room. And the convenience and cost with barriers removed helps one avoid letting problems like a sore throat turn into an expensive ER or hospital visit for pneumonia. If you're interested, search the web for CARES Direct Primary Care.
Back here on Southern Sports Now here on this Thursday. Chase Robinson with you, and I want to talk a little Braves baseball. The Braves have been on a roll, especially up in the state of New York, as they beat the Mets in a series. They beat the Yankees in a couple of games this week as well. But let's take a look at some numbers, not only from this week, but for the season and really the last year of the Braves versus the teams out of New York. So here we go. This week, the Braves were 6-1 against the Mets and the Yankees. They outscored them 58-13, 4 shutouts in the 2 series, 2 against the Mets, 2 against the Yankees. Over the season, The Braves are 11-2 on the season versus the New York teams, outscoring them 100-45. And then you look at the last 365 days, the Braves are 16-3 against the Mets and the Yankees combined. So these are incredible numbers, what the Braves have been able to do against the teams from New York. And it's been all this talk about how the Mets, they're positioned to be able to win the NL East, to beat the Braves. The Yankees are America's baseball team, all that. But the Braves, what they've been able to do against these teams in New York, absolutely incredible. Incredible what the Braves have been able to do really all season long. But when you match them up, especially with teams like this out of New York. So, hey, that's exciting stuff when you put all this together. The way the Braves are playing right now, they're putting up really good numbers offensively. You got guys like Matt Olson and guys who are hitting the ball so well. But really impressive numbers for the Braves against those teams out of New York. That is all the time we have for you today. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. Friday show coming up. Get your questions in, drop them on this video, and we'll open up that mailbag coming up on the show tomorrow. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you for a Friday edition of Southern Sports Now.